Hey, wonderful viewers. This is Elvina on Tender Talks, and today I have a very special guest with me, Shivali. She's an advocate of the Supreme Court of India, and she is an expert where death penalty is also concerned. So, we will have a little candid interview with Shivali today. So, welcome to our show, Shivali.
Thank you. Thank you, Elvina. Thanks for having me.
So Shivali is a very vibrant and an inspirational and motivational, charming, charismatic, and a confident woman, I would say. In today's world, she encompasses and wears multiple hats. So as we begin, Shivali, would you like to tell us about your journey of how you transitioned to becoming an advocate?
So, ironically, becoming a lawyer was never the plan. I
All
was
right.
a science, and I still remember that when I passed class 12th, the only plan was not to become a doctor because I was told to give the CPMT exam back then. That's what it used to call. Now it's called NEET. So I said, just because I had science, I'm not going to become a doctor. So I was a rebel. So I said, okay, let me join this course called the biotech, which was a really trending course amongst youngsters those days. And it just didn't stick with me because we would have to stand in the lab for the entire day and learn very difficult plant names and family names for animals and the plant species, of course. So it just didn't stick with me. I started interacting with other people in the university and I met some law students. So when I interacted with law students, some of them they came from legal families and their parents were lawyers, grandparents were lawyers. So I was a bit fascinated by the profession. So I changed my course, and overnight I joined law, and that's how law
Wow.
school happened. So it was just a matter of chance. I mean, this was never planned for me. But the day I became a lawyer, I realized that I was cut out for it.
Perfect, perfect, amazing. And with the amazing work that you're doing, I'm sure you are cut out for it. So, would you like to give me three words that define your core values?
My core values are integrity, number one.
Right.
Number two, discipline. And number three has to be humility.
Beautiful answer. Beautiful, I'll say. So, what's that one thing that gets you to get up in the morning from bed 100%?
It is, it's a very personal thing, but okay, I'm willing to share it.
Oh,
It's sometimes when, I mean, I'm a human being, I also feel lazy sometimes. And sometimes you just feel like not being the enthu person that you are every single day.
absolutely.
But
Yeah.
sometimes I have to tell myself that I came this far. I studied so hard. There were nights when I prepared for cases where I did not sleep. All of this was for a goal. And
Right.
till the time I am not satisfied with the amount of work that I have given back, I am not going to stop. And with that thought, I jump right back.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So, when you speak about goals, so we have a lot of audience over here and youngsters as well. At the same time, even I would say middle-aged people who steer away from their goal at times. So, where
True.
goals are
Happen.
concerned, what would you advise them?
See, as far as goals are concerned, a very important thing, a very intelligent person told me this, is that your goal at 15 could have been different from your goal at 25.
Right.
The goal at 35 could totally be different from the goal at 45. So the point is that don't get stuck on the goal.
Mhm.
Like I said, it is the journey, it is the journey of giving back that matters, right?
Okay.
So your goal can be ABC, but the effort is what counts. So don't stop making an effort. You know, you
Perfect.
can change, but the effort is something that has to be consistent every single
Perfect.
day.
Absolutely. What is your secret sauce to success?
Secret sauce to success would be, I believe that you don't have to excel every single day. You just have to stand up, be out there. Get
Perfect.
up, dress up, show up. On days
Oh,
when your brain is not working, you have 500 things on your mind. Maybe, for example, that you have a set target that you have to achieve, but there are 20 things on your mind. The point is to get out there. Things will fall in place. Just trust the process.
right. Amazing. So you mentioned that humility is one of the core values, right?
Absolutely.
So what is your secret to be humble, to be so humble?
I would say for me, personally, it is because of the people around me. Being
Right.
in the Supreme Court gives me a chance to meet a diverse set of people. And I travel a lot and I academically travel a lot. It gives me a chance to meet people from different backgrounds, people who are excellent in their fields. But the quality that strikes me the most is how humble the person is. So I guess it is because what I like in other people, I try to inculcate in myself.
Lovely.
We are all copycats to some extent.
Yes, you do mirror at
Yes.
some point in time and to some extent, like you very well mentioned. So I would ask you that what inspired you to choose the career path? Like you mentioned that, of course, in college you had a transition of
Yes.
changing your career path. So what was that pursuit of inspiration as such?
I will tell you, it was the fact that I knew certain things about my personality. I knew them. Everybody knows their pluses and the minuses, right? I knew that I was always very confident. I knew that I could uh, I had a lot of clarity of thought. I always had that. My speech was always clear. I was loud, not loud in the sense that
Yeah.
shrieking out. But yeah, I mean, I know that if I am speaking in a hall without a mic, I can be heard. So I knew these things about my speech, my personality. I knew that I could articulate very well. And this is something that I could use in a profession like law. So I just picked something from my personality and I fit it into the career that I wanted. It was as simple as that. I mean,
Amazing.
rest can. You're not born with talent.
Of
You know,
course.
it's a very small percentage of people who are just blessed to be born with some kind of a talent, but you can always inculcate and grow things. So
Yes.
that's what I used it to my advantage.
Amazing. So, what is the most rewarding part of the work that you do? If you can share something with us.
The most rewarding part of the work that I do is when a client is frantic, especially when a client is not a privileged client. For
Mhm.
example, it is somebody who has never been to a police station. And I specialize in bails. So, all sorts of bails. I do criminal, like murders or theft or 420, that is fraud. Or let's say there is a drug case. So, I specialize in bails where such crimes are concerned. So, sometimes what happens is that cases are fabricated. You have not even done anything. You're absolutely innocent, and somebody files a case against you. And you are somebody who's never even been to a police station, forget about a courtroom. So, when
Right.
certain people who get caught in situations like these, who are actually innocent, and they reach out to me, and when I give them advice, the kind of satisfaction that I get after, you know, how when they tell me that how satisfied they are with my advice, that is the satisfaction that I get in return. So there's reciprocity in that.
Absolutely. That's a perfect thing to do because, of course, satisfaction is very important and everyone needs to be satisfied in what they do and also the recipient and what they are getting. It's a two-way street, I would say.
Absolutely. Validation is a very real concept, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Validation
So,
is very real. No matter how much we say that, okay, we don't need validation for what I do, but what we do, but we are social animals. Validation is a part of our being.
absolutely. Absolutely. Couldn't agree more with it. So, apart from the serious note that we have hit, where validation and core values and a couple of things are concerned, let's play a little game, right?
Okay.
So I'll ask you a couple of questions on the lighter side, and let's see how prompt your responses are,
Okay.
right? So my first
Yes.
question to you is, what's that one thing that you can't live without?
Oxygen. Literally. I can't live without my phone.
Right.
Cannot live without this thing.
Of
like most
course.
of us.
Yeah, most of us today. So, one thing that you could change, what would it be?
I would learn to be more patient.
Right. The most adventurous thing that you've ever done.
Most adventurous thing I've ever done would be take a solo trip.
The best piece of advice that you've received.
Best piece of advice I've ever received is talk less, listen more.
I think that's a piece of advice that all of us receive. A is to be patient, second is talk less and listen more. Right.
Yeah.
Even in my training sessions, active listening is like the hottest topic that is taught
Yeah.
everywhere. So, yeah, listening skills is key. If you could switch lives with someone for a day, who would it be and what would you do?
Ah, I would switch lives with the Prime Minister of the country for sure.
And what would you do then?
And what would I do is that I would make some concrete changes for the women in the country, not just speak about it. I
Right.
would do that.
Great. Women empowerment is important. I would say
Participation. Most
yes.
important is participation, the percentage. We really lack there globally, not just India.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree more. So now I'll ask you one word and you give me a thing that relates to the word that resonates with you, of course. Right? Challenges,
Crucial,
belief,
personal,
love.
life partner.
Okay, dynamic.
Me.
Oh, amazing. You, Shivali.
I have to say that. I mean,
Yeah.
okay, this is a
Yeah,
word.
yeah. That's since you answered me, so then I asked you.
Okay, vivacious.
Amazing. Entertaining.
Stand-up comedy.
Interactive.
Interactive. Personal conversations.
Okay. Fast paced.
Thoughts.
Your purpose.
World peace.
Passion.
Law.
Motivation.
Giving back.
Inspiration.
My mother.
Lovely. Health.
Health. Everything.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Shivali. That was like an amazing round of question and answer session, and we had some really good answers, witty humor as well in between. And it was a pleasure having you on Tender Talks. And I'm privileged that you could take time out and come on the show and inspire and motivate a lot of people who are watching, I would say. And I loved your answer about your core values, about your secret sauce of success. So I'm sure these things have inspired a lot of audience and individuals. And I'm sure we've touched a lot of lives as well.
Thank you so much for having me. So kind of you. I really had a great time. And yes, it was just amazing
Thanks,
to
Shivali.
converse with you.
Thank you. Thank you. Take care. Bye.